Hey everybody.
Yo.
Tim,
Hmm.
did you get the fix for the audio?
The
Oh
fix.
shoot. I don't think we set it up, did we? Because we didn't we just played games last time.
Yeah.
What fix?
Ben and you know how it like the opening peaks or whatever. Ben figured out how to fix it,
Oh,
Yep, we
and
troubleshot a
we
bit.
didn't. We forgot to pass that on to you. I'm sorry.
Next time.
Oh shit! Next time.
Jesus. It's not.
Next
It's not.
time. Look, it's not my fault that Ben and Justin still happen to be up at fucking 5 o'clock in the morning playing TFO when I finally got off Valheim for the night. And I jumped in there like, there's no way they're still in here.
We were.
And they were. I was very surprised. That
All
was 2
right.
weeks ago.
Well, don't forget to send it to me tonight, or just put it in the drive. That way, when anybody does a hardware or a hard drive wipe on their computer, we can just re-download what we need.
Oh yeah, that'll probably be
Have the
me
assets. Yeah, I
whenever
need
I
to.
get my motherboard.
All your settings.
You probably won't need that.
No, I'll probably just wipe. I'll probably reinstall my operating system on the NVMe.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I need to do the same thing.
That'll be nice.
That'll be fun. I mean, it is nice because a fresh start. You know, you got some. I got old like fucking mod files that I don't use anymore from when I used to mod Skyrim all the time, and
I love a fresh install of Windows, man.
right.
That's my first solution. Something goes wrong with your computer, just reinstall Windows.
Don't just restart it.
I
Just
hoard-
reinstall Windows.
I hoard games just like I hoard things in Skyrim. I don't wanna deal with it. I don't want to deal with all those re-downloads.
Right.
Good.
I mean,
Speaking
your
of
data cap doesn't want to deal with it.
speaking of all that, TJ just bought a gaming PC because he
Yeah, I
can't
saw
build
that.
one right now.
Yeah, I saw that. That's good.
He really wanted to get. He kept sending me ones with like 1660s in them for the graphics card. I'm like, you don't want that because you'll replace it next year. Like, at least get something with a 2060. It's not up to date, but it's better.
It'll do.
Yeah, 1660 would have been too low. Well, I don't know. He mostly plays Fortnite, right?
Mostly, but like he wants to play Tarkov and shit too. I was like, yeah, I get the 2060. You don't want the, because like I can play.
No.
What?
What?
I was gonna say, does Tarkov have the thing that you used to be able to do for DayZ, where like DayZ, like the mod where you could like turn down the settings, or maybe this was PUBG. You turn down the settings and all the grass would disappear, so people are easier to find. Does Tarkov have some shit like that in it?
I mean, there's a lot of shooters that have that. I don't know if Tarkov has that so much, but it definitely has like the look at your feet if you want better frames thing.
Oh yeah,
like
naturally.
DayZ has. So.
Yeah. I don't understand why milsims can't get their freaking engines together. Oh, they always feel broken, like the hardcore milsims.
Anyway, boys, what have we been playing this week?
Ooh.
Not hardcore milsims.
No.
Not that.
Not quite.
I can't get back into that. A lot of people keep trying to get me to play squad, and I'm like, I put 1,000 hours into Arma. I think I'm good for a few years. I don't need it.
That's one of those games. It's like it's fun if you have some friends and you want to RP in it, but otherwise, nah. You just want to play the 40K mod,
right?
Yeah.
Well, the thing I don't like about Squad, because I played that, I played it. I tried to really get into it. There's a lot of running and nothing happening.
Yep.
And I'm like, that's why I love Insurgency. It's a good mixture of the two, right? Where you get kind of like the tactical for like leaning and shooting and all that other kind of stuff. But the maps are small enough that it forces engagements.
Yeah, Insurgency feels like kind of the ideal balance between just a shooter kill other guys game and a tactical game.
Yeah, which if you don't have Insurgency, I suggest it. I've been playing it since it was a mod. It now has 2 full games out. It's very good. It's very good. Tim still hasn't bought the second one, which is fine. I booted up from time to time.
Yeah,
I booted it up the other day when I found that Jet Set Radio Future website.
Oh yeah,
all the
radio.
radios.
Yeah,
I was just listening to music and fucking just playing Insurgency, whatever.
Hey Ben.
What up, Bam?
Hey, buddy.
So we established that we haven't been playing Milsims, but what have we been playing?
Oh, sure, man. I've been, Valheim. Do you see the first person mod? That's what I've been
I
playing.
did.
Valheim first person.
Yeah.
God, I love it.
I knew you would be so excited when I saw that.
It feels so good, man. You know the first time you see the troll in the game, and you're like, damn, that thing's big?
Yeah.
I did that, but it was like even bigger because I was in first person. Like, holy shit.
Trolls are not scary to me anymore now because I can actually I have the iron shield, so I'm like, oh, I'm good.
Yeah, definitely. Once you get geared up and you don't get caught in a bad situation, easy 1v1.
Yeah, I haven't played Valheim all week. Yeah,
I have not as much.
Went to bed at 8:30 all week.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Just telling Justin about that. I'm tired as shit right now.
Tragic.
So
I picked up Monster Sanctuary on Switch because Kody was like, "Yeah, it's like a Pokemon game. You'd love it." So I bought it on Switch, and he's like, "Why the fuck you buy it on Switch? You could have just played it on Game Pass." I was like, first of all,
that's so funny.
I didn't know it was on Game Pass. Second of all,
you gotta look.
I don't have enough games that are for me on the Switch. We have Minecraft, which I don't play Minecraft. We have Goat Simulator. I don't play Goat Simulator. I bought Animal Crossing for Sarah. I don't play Animal Crossing, and frankly, neither does she. So it was a waste of $60.
There's always time to go back to it, man.
But I was like, I play Into the Breach, which I think also at one point was on Game Pass.
Yeah,
and then I was like, I kind of want to play Pokemon, but I don't want to spend $60 for a fucking Pokemon game. Oh, I'll just get this.
Just yes.
Kind of like Pokemon.
Yes, it is, Ben.
There's foreshadowing here.
Oh man. Is that all you've been playing? Is Into the Breach, basically?
You mean Monster
Valheim.
Sanctuary?
That's pretty much it. I played Monster Sanctuary and I played Valheim, and that was pretty much it. And I didn't play a ton of either.
The thing I do enjoy about Monster Sanctuary is that it's a much more strategic game than your general Pokemon game because you have 3 monsters in every fight, and they all have weak strengths and weaknesses and stuff. And as you progress through the game, there's there'll be some that aren't weak to magic at all, right? And then there'll be some that are only weak to magic but not weak to any physical attacks and stuff. So it's just getting the balance of the 6 monsters that you carry around with you, getting a balance so that you can still fight whatever you come across, right? And it's interesting. Even the way you set your guys up, your lineup of your 3 on what order you'll fight in generally is a strategic choice kind of thing. So there's a lot of thinking.
Yeah, there's no throwing your max level Charizard out there and just watching
right.
There's none of that.
High speed, high attack.
Yeah.
Done.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, none of that.
Yeah, I did enjoy that for a while when I was doing my little gotta catch 'em all kick between Pokemon and Nexomon. Nexomon's still great. So
yeah, it's weird to me because it's like a blend between Pokemon and Terraria.
Mm-hmm.
And it hit a sweet spot for me. And I was like, all right, I can play. I'm probably not gonna beat it. I'm not gonna no life it, but I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna enjoy it when I have the Switch. Although Logan broke the goddamn Switch today.
No.
Yeah, you were saying that. Yeah.
I should specify. I'm not actually mad at him because it's fixable. It's not a huge deal. I ordered the screwdriver I need to just pop a screw out so I can pop the parts back in. But he dropped the Switch and that little part that slides in against the actual console, that popped out. And you can't just pop it back in because there's ribbon cables there and everything. One of which became detached, and those little tiny ass ribbon cables in the Switch are a pain in the ass to get back in.
Yeah.
So we ordered new Joy-Cons that'll be here Sunday, so I don't have to fix it. And then I also ordered the kit so I can fix it.
There you go.
I'm kind of surprised that even happened.
The
Switch overall is pretty sturdy.
I'm not.
I remember we had that conversation.
Yeah, but I have a 5-year-old. They will find a way.
Yes.
I don't know. Yeah, Nora doesn't care about the Switch, so I don't have that problem.
Yeah, I've had a few bumps here and there with the Switch. Before I really understood how that mechanism worked, I was just trying to wrench the fucking things off of there all crazily, and I definitely chipped a little piece of plastic away from one of them, but it still connects and everything. It's fine.
Right. So like I dropped mine when I was in Korea. It dropped off like my desk, so now I don't even have to hit the like release button. I can just kind of
Boop.
push it, right?
That's
So I have
funny.
to be careful, like if I'm playing it.
Is that the left or the right one?
But yeah, I can just kind of push it up.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
Well,
it connects
do
and
the
stuff like
same.
that.
We could do the exact same thing with ours after like 4 days.
Mm-hmm.
Like on that exact same. It's the left one too. I don't know if
Yeah.
that's like a thing or what.
Maybe it is. Maybe it is. But yeah, I dropped it. Like I was moving my desk and it slid off and it fell all the way on the floor. And after that, it was loose after that. But I mean, it still works fine. I can unconnect it and it just gets loose easy. So it's
So
whatever.
Tim, what color Joy-Cons did you order?
Gray. Well, Sarah ordered them, so it should be the gray.
Yeah, I really need different.
Why? Oh my god, gray. There's so many cool colors you could get and you got gray, dude.
Yeah.
Let's see, there's gray, and then there's gray, and then there's more gray.
Bro.
What do I need anything else for?
Cause variety and they're cool looking.
I mean, it's a personalization choice, right? It's how people like
I have a question.
design and their stuff.
Have you seen my stream?
Oh my god.
It's all black and
Everything's
gray.
black and white and gray. Or like what I'm wearing right now. Black and white and gray.
Oh, there's the real answer, Ben. Gray is like $30 cheaper than the other ones.
True.
That checks
Also
out.
true.
That checks out.
Also true.
I spent $70 on a fucking blue Xbox One X Series X controller because
Angry Joe's gonna be real mad at you.
Like it's a nice controller, and now my daughter tries to eat it.
I don't know if anybody else got that
delicious.
reference.
No,
I'm gonna post it in the Twitch chat.
No, man. I haven't watched Angry Joe in a long time. If I'm being honest. You know, but we're really sidetracked today.
We are.
For me, I haven't. I've played very little games. The one game I did want to talk about is what I played yesterday, and that was the Outriders demo. Super impressed with that, if I'm being honest.
This is that sci-fi Mass Effect-y looking one.
So I don't get the Mass Effect feels. I think I understand. Tim kind of mentioned that he gets the Mass Effect feels from it. I get why, but I don't personally get it. I get a lot of Division. Right.
I got both. Like to me, it was like I can't remember exactly how I phrased it. It was like the Division. I even at the beginning when I was seeing kind of how the world was falling apart and shit, it was like, all right, you take the idea of Mass Effect Andromeda. We're going to a new fucking place to start over. Then you smash that with like a Mad Max Fallout post-apocalypse shit, and especially the way that I don't think this is spoilers because it's a fucking demo. The way that your character gets put back into cryo and then wakes up in the future, like it's very, very Fallout in that. And the combat to me was very, very much the Division / Gears of War without the chainsaw hacking people apart.
Right.
It was kind of like a mishmash of all that for me.
Yeah, I got a lot of Gears vibes because just the way your character looks, like he's stocky, you know what I mean? That's kind of if you put him into the Gears armor, it wouldn't look out of place. The guns are also pretty compact, you know, just like they are in Gears and stuff like that. And then obviously the same cover system. They don't have the roadie run, right? But yeah, they don't got that hunched over little sprint. But I mean, the game is super gorgeous in the beginning, right? Before they fucking, like Tim said, smash it with a Mad Max hammer, right? Like it's just a beautiful forest and greenery and all this other shit around. And then everything goes to hell. But I had a lot of fun. Oh, excuse me. I had a lot of fun with it. Just figuring out how to combo the different powers and stuff like that. And I really enjoy how the game rewards you for being as aggressive as possible. So like I think it's called a Devastator. It was the class, which is like the rock guy, right? Because I figure the most common is probably going to be fire, right? Because everybody wants to be the fucking flame on dude from DC. And then there's another dude who's like one of the characters from Destiny. Was it the hunter that teleports around and shit?
Yeah,
right.
The hunter is definitely the popular one.
Right. So there's a character that's also like that. Tim really wants to say something.
Did you say DC?
Isn't he DC or is he Marvel? I don't know. I don't pay that much attention.
From the Fantastic Four, bro.
I don't know who's who.
Look, that
That's
movie
the
was not
Human
popular.
Torch.
Huh?
God,
I don't look.
movie. I don't. Did you
All
not
those
watch
bad
Saturday morning
movies?
cartoons?
Why would I watch all those bad movies
I
and
said
very
Saturday morning cartoons.
B-level cartoons? The
I
Fantastic Four cartoons weren't great.
I see what you're saying, though. People
I-
choose the fire starter. That is the
Right.
one.
That's
Yeah.
true. They will choose the Charmander.
Is that what Tim chose?
No, I was the Technomancer, so I was like the sniper dude.
Oh,
Sniper.
okay.
I was literally my character from the Division because I was using like support, like turrets and shit, and then sniping.
Yeah. So no, I didn't do that. I was the Devastator. It was cool. I got to I equipped a shotgun and just like ran in people's faces. I got to equip or one of the powers is like I get rocks that come on me like armor, and so I just like fucking do that and just run at them. Right? You can like punch the ground, have a bunch of rocks like attack shit everywhere and whatnot.
Very fantastical sounding.
Man, fuck you, Tim. I just see him smirking in the camera.
I
So I'm
wasn't
just like,
smirking.
I have to. Yes, you were. It's on camera. Do we need to rewind the tape?
So you guys liked
man.
it. Do you think it's worth me downloading it and trying it out?
Yes.
Yeah.
Now,
Especially-
Did you play together?
No,
we
we
did not.
haven't yet. Here's where Kody and I are going to differ. I think I got to World Tier, I don't know, 4 or 5. Like,
I didn't finish the demo.
I finished the demo. I only died one time, and it was because I wasn't entirely sure what I was doing. And then kind of after I figured it, like the bosses felt, even as I got higher in the world, and I don't know how many world tiers there are. I assumed it was like the Division world
15.
tiers. There are 15. Okay, so I only got to like I think 5 or whatever, and it didn't feel very difficult, which was kind of a meh for me. Granted, this is the first 2 hours of the game, so it's not supposed to be like crazy difficult. It's the third. I think it's intended to be a 35-hour campaign, right around there. I liked it. There were a lot of things I really liked about it, but is it worth $60 to me is the question that I have to answer between now and April 1st, because if I owned it, I would probably play the hell out of it. Am I going to pay $60 for it though? I don't know.
Does it come out on April Fool's Day?
Mm-hmm.
It does, yeah.
Or does it?
I will say this is something
It has been delayed multiple times.
This is actually just a front for the Mass Effect remake.
It's actually a
man.
front for the Division 3.
Oh,
This
Jesus.
is the open world Star Wars game.
Oh my
Massive.
I will say the one thing I did really like, the thing I liked the most about this is that they did delay it twice. It was supposed to come out in December, was the original release date, and it was supposed to come out in February, so this month, and it got pushed back to April. So I found it a very good like marketing ploy, because I was actually in the same boat Tim is, and I still kind of am. I don't know if I'll buy it. I think I wouldn't mind spending $60 on it, but I have other games to play right now.
Mhm.
So I might not buy it out the gate, but I enjoyed it. But before I played the demo, I would definitely gotten to the point where I was like, I'm not buying this now. So then the demo just kind of reignited the interest and stuff like that. I think it was a very good job by them to put it out like that. I think the only thing I wish I could have done, or that they would have done, is uncapped the fucking cutscenes. They're all capped at 30 frames.
Oh yeah, it's so noticeable when games do that.
Right. Yeah. So I wasn't a fan of that. But for the most part, like, it's a fun game. Like, it's, for a game that's going to be $60, I wouldn't bat an eye at spending $60 at it. So yeah,
Nice.
It was good. It just did a lot of things I really liked from the Division, with the like running around and finding like story things, right? Like in the Division, you kind of figure out the story by finding the little like radio
Echoes.
I figure, yeah, the echoes. That's what it was. And this, it gives you story, but then if you can figure out more lore and background, you don't got to go to a separate website like Destiny It's just in the fucking game, and you can just find them. You know what I mean? And you can just read about it, and it just gives you more lore about the world and like the conversations that the guys will have as you're walking by. The first couple times are cool because you haven't heard them yet, and sometimes they like it really paints a picture of like what happened to like lead to these events and stuff like that. Like in the very like beginning area before everything goes to hell, all the guys are talking about how like they woke up from cryo and they and like when their spouse is due to wake up from cryo and stuff like that, and this that, and the other thing. And then there's like a conversation you can have with Jacob, which is a Russian dude who's another one of the main characters.
Yakov?
And you can talk. No, he says Jacob.
He says Jacob.
Does he say Jacob?
Back and forth. This is part of the things that were driving me nuts about it. There were parts of the story that were disjointed. The voice acting was it was really hit or miss at times. And the guy who plays Jacob, like first of all, the main male voice actor, he did go back and forth. He said Jacob a couple times. He also said Jacob multiple times. I was like, pick one.
So I'm not.
There is no J letter in Russian.
Right. Yeah. I'm like, just pick one. Like either say it wrong or say it right. Just stop fucking stop.
Oh, no.
And then Jacob, the voice actor for Jacob, sometimes was very Russian and did a very good job. And every once in a while would completely slip. And I was like, is this the same guy? Am I taught? Yeah. Did you like there were little things like that to me did lower the quality of it a bit and do make me less likely to be like, I'm definitely picking this up. I still had fun with it, but I'm like,
Yeah. I was more interested in what they were talking about than the actual voice acting, because the voice acting it's passable, right? And for a game that's going to be a live service game, I don't know why they've ever said that it's not, because apparently they have said it's not supposed to be a live service game. It's a live service game, like that's what it's going to fucking be. It's passable. I'm not super worried about it.
Tim,
I'm more
you're making a face. Hold on. You don't think it's going to be a live service game?
I don't know. I could definitely see it being a live service game.
It
has the formula, but like it doesn't necessarily have to be a live service game, because it wouldn't be the first looter, and it wouldn't be the first third-person shooter, and it wouldn't be the first game with hero abilities to not be live service. It doesn't.
That's not why I think it'll be live service. It's the matchmaking, and then the replayability of areas and stuff like that, like the exploring points that you can find when you're out and about and stuff like that. Gathering resources, right? All that stuff is like MMO-ish and things that you see a lot in live service games.
I hope it's open with co-op and not like complete live service. But I could see it going that way. I see why you think. Like
the systems are there. If it doesn't go that way, yeah.
If they ever add anything to it, it is a live service game.
If they learned anything from Anthem.
And that's the crazy part about the whole thing, is that like the story is actually something I kind of wanted to see from Anthem. Mm-hmm. And it's just like, but it immediately just starts throwing the story at you, right? Like it doesn't putz around or nothing. It's just, and that's part of the reason why I liked it. So, but anyways, we've already been talking about it for fucking 25 minutes. So let's get out of the real show. That's about goddamn Pokemon. All right.
Kody, it's finally happening.
It is.
They showed off what looks like an open world Pokemon game.
It's very, very early stages, and you could tell from the footage. It even said not real gameplay footage at the bottom of the screen. Mm-hmm. I don't know if anybody saw that, but it's happening.
6 months.
Pokemon Legends Project Arceus. I will not be pronouncing it Arceus, because that sounds dumb, and I'm not accepting that.
They what the fuck? They heard about me ranting about this all the way in Japan. I'm sure it wasn't just me. Yeah, that's the thing. It makes me regret the fact that I didn't write that article I kind of talked about like 3 months ago. About how it kind of sucked to be an adult Pokemon fan, right? Mm-hmm. Because they hadn't ever moved past like the formula that they've been relying on, right? Because this would have been a great update to that article. Mm-hmm. It'd be like they're finally doing it. It's happening.
You'll write that article because you're right about how it has sucked, and now the future is a little more.
I know, but I just if I could just
not just a third person exact same fucking formula, which is what I think it's gonna be, but hey.
I don't so I do all right, so as excited as I am, I do worry that it's I two things about this. This has to come with a new Switch. It has to come with a more powerful Switch.
The
Because
Switch
what we
Pro
saw, yeah, like
been
the
rumored for
Switch Pro has been rumored for like 3 years,
yeah.
right? Like they've been talking about like an upgraded Switch or like, like the hardware refresh or whatever since after the first year the Switch it came out. Like it's
people on the internet and not
speculators.
Nintendo.
Well, Forbes has put stuff out about it too. Like it's not like it's just
right,
Joe
but I
Schmo.
mean, it's not Nintendo who's saying.
Okay, I will say this though. Like there are a lot of when it comes to gaming shit, there are a lot of outlets I would probably put before Forbes.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, there's legit. It's not just like gaming Bible. You know what I mean? Like, there's legitimate sources out there that are just like, yeah, I mean, this sounds like it could really be a thing. But the reason why I say that, the reason why I say this has to become with the new Switch is because we saw it with the wild area in the newest Pokemon games, right? It's not powerful enough to run it, right? It doesn't run it well. It limits what they can do. They need to upgrade the hardware to like really give that game a shot to be what it should be. Otherwise, they're just hamstringing themselves out the gate.
I see.
That's the only thing I worry about.
Because if you watch that trailer, you see there are points in their like presentation where the game seems to chug, but we don't know.
It is early development.
What it's running on, right? Like this could be some kind of like Breath of the Wild engine or something, So it's not necessarily what the hardware is, but just how they develop it,
Yeah, I mean that's fair.
The other thing to go with what Cody's saying though is Switch runs at 720p.
Yeah, like I just
it's 20.
I feel fine, dude.
I feel like right, it works fine, but like I immediately saw this with the Diamond and Pearl remakes, right? People commenting like, when are we getting the graphics update? Like, why does this look like a 3DS game? Blah blah blah.
Bro, on that game, that was a stylistic choice. I saw those comments and I was like, I'm sorry that it doesn't look like the newest Pokemon game.
For somebody who didn't play through Diamond and Pearl, I'm super excited about it, right? Because it looks great. I played a little bit of Pearl, right, through like the first gym or something like that. But then I saw all these rumors of Diamond and Pearl remakes coming out. And I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna wait. Because I had it on my phone. I was just playing on my phone in my free time.
Yeah, I think I remember you talking about that.
Yeah, and then I started hearing all these rumors. I was like, I'll just wait. And I'm glad I did. But I just feel like if they want to give it the full force, right? And plus, if you were talking about a refresh, a hardware refresh, what are we 5 years in?
Oh yeah,
right.
It's
like this would be the time. If you sold that open world Pokemon game with a new Switch, it is going to totally sell out.
A new Switch is going to totally sell out regardless. If you sell it with a plate of pancakes, it'll be gone.
But you get what I'm saying. Like it just makes sense if they're going to go that direction. Hey, let's just give it some more power.
Complaining about a DS game looking like a DS game. Like I get that it's a remake, but like it's a DS game.
It's just
it's literally a remake of a Nintendo DS.
Right, but it is a stylistic choice, like Justin said. It's not that they couldn't make the graphics better. They were just like, you know what, this little chibi type look is fun. It looks great. You know what I mean? I agree with that. I think it's a good move. In my opinion, I'm excited.
All of the old ones on Switch, and I'll be good. Like, let me play Pokemon Blue and fuck off with everything else.
People complaining about those graphics. It reminds me of people. The game Bravely Default 2 just came out for the Switch, which I plan on buying and playing soon. But people complain about that. They're like, "Wow, the graphics don't look any better." And like, if you look at them side by side, they look way the fuck better. It's just the style that these people don't like.
Right.
Dumb.
This is gonna get off topic, but do you think that they're choosing these different styles because they can't push those graphics like they want to? Like Zelda: The Breath of the Wild, I feel like is the only game you can point to, like, hey, it has really good graphics.
Yeah, I will.
The entire category, not category, but library, right, of Switch games.
when you do play the Switch, like if you play games that are designed to run on anything else other than the Switch and then were ported to the Switch, they're almost always universally going to look like trash. Like Mortal Kombat is not. Mortal Kombat 11 is a beautiful game on PC and it looks really good on the other
Yeah, it
consoles.
does.
And that I was like, it can't be like that hard for a Switch to run it at 720p. I've put it on 720p on my computer before just to see like what it with graphics turned up high and like it looked fine. Like it was not high resolution as I normally play on, but I was like, it was fine. So I was like, okay, the Switch could probably run it on like equivalent to medium PCs. No, that shit was turned all the way down.
Yeah,
That shit
yeah.
on the handheld, I could see the pixels on Scorpions outside. I was like, oh no, no, baby, what is he doing?
Right.
So
Ben,
I
second gen is the best gen.
I do agree with that because that was they did the best. One of the things they did the best in that they made looking for the legendary dogs at the time very
That was
difficult.
super
It
cool.
wasn't easy. It was cool, and you could go back to Kanto.
oh,
Mm.
and there were no literal car keys.
That's true. There's no club
I'm
keys.
still hung up on that.
Look, I don't know.
That's a debate
But
for another podcast.
this isn't. Yeah, this isn't to say that I'm not excited at all. Right?
No,
I'm super
you're-
excited about all these announcements.
You just in
Pokemon
your
Snap. Pokemon Snap is a game that I want to use to get my daughter hooked on video games. It is the perfect gateway for children to like play with their parents, right? Because it's
It's
just
so
chill.
simple.
You're just taking pictures, and they can get excited about what's happening on the screen. Logan's gonna love it. He's gonna be like, "Oh my god, Dad, throw the berry at that one," and you're gonna be like, "Okay, buddy," and you're just gonna. And I can see it already. I hope my daughter gets really involved with it. Because that game does look really good, right?
Do
Like
you know how I know he's my kid? He makes me hunt trolls. Anyway, continue.
Yeah.
Valheim. He's like, Daddy, find trolls and kill them. I'm like, oh, okay.
Kody, I do want to go back. Like every first party Nintendo title looks amazing on the Switch. Mario Odyssey looks amazing. I played the ARMS demo. That looked amazing. Animal Crossing looks amazing. So first party, it's all great.
But how isn't Pokemon? Like I get that Pokemon's made by Game Freak, but like how wouldn't you consider them a first party game at the like company?
Sure.
Like it's almost like like it's not, but it almost is because it's their biggest selling franchise. It's like the face of Nintendo basically. I mean,
they didn't
obviously
make
Mario's
this game.
there too.
They didn't make the Diamond and Pearl remakes. They had another studio develop those. If that's what we're talking
Which
about.
I also found that interesting, right? I feel like, and I think we talked about this before. I feel like they're phasing Game Freak out, right? Because Game Freak went and made that My Little Hero or My Little Hero Town.
Yeah, I was thinking about that.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And then the guy they did make another studio make this, but the guy in charge of that studio for the Diamond and Pearl remake was the original dude in charge of Diamond and Pearl.
They had the director, yeah.
Yeah, so it's just kind of like
studio worked on it, yeah.
Yeah, so it's like, is it not the same exact people? No, but it's the same director. So, and he made the original. So I mean, it's not Game Freak, but it kind of is. You know what I mean? I don't know.
I don't know if that's phasing them out because correct me, Game Freak, the big one that's coming out, the one that's coming out.
Yeah,
in
but
2021, right? Or 2022.
The big
I don't
one?
know if they made that. I don't know if they're making.
You don't know if Game Freak's making the big release?
Arceus? No, I don't know if they're making that because it didn't say. Not that I remember seeing. But there's been other things like like they don't fuck with Pokemon Go. They don't fuck with the Pokemon. What is it? The trainer one with the
Yeah, they have so many of these kind of spin-off games that Game Freak doesn't seem to be directly developing, which maybe that's because they're developing this new open world one.
Maybe it is. I don't know. I mean, hopefully, because I mean, it would be nice to see them. It would be nice to see Game Freak be allowed to like spread their wings a little bit here and not just have to do the same old formula they've been doing for 25 years.
Right. Going back to that, the Village or whatever that game was, like, I think in the perfect world, that game was them kind of like dipping their feet into that kind of more open world kind of a game and like kind of get the chops to make that kind of stuff. So hopefully they learn some stuff that they're going to put forward into this new one. Also, I really like the setting. It's like Sinnoh, but in the past. The
it's like
Pokeballs are
feudal Japan.
yeah. The Pokeballs are like wooden with like latches on them.
Yeah,
That's something that always stuck with me too. Is like Kurt crafting the different Pokeballs when you bring him different things. Like
right. And
nostalgia.
I just hope they take the full step here. Open world's great. It needs to have RPG systems in it. There needs to be skills for the trainer, not just the Pokemon, because there are so many little things. Like they show this in like all the gyms, right? All the gyms specialize in a Pokemon. Why can't I do that and have a skill tree that helps these Pokemon be better? Why can't I, being a new trainer, have to get better at throwing Pokeballs to begin with, right? You know what I mean? Make that higher chance. These are just all really simple systems, I feel like,
I don't
that
want to
they just
grind throwing
don't.
Pokeballs. I don't want to
What?
grind. I don't want to grind throwing
You don't gotta,
Pokeballs.
that's the thing. You don't gotta grind it. I'm just talking about having the player have a level system itself, and then you can put those points into a skill tree. Just no, kind of like, I don't know, Cyberpunk or Skyrim or whatever. You know what I mean? This is this basic RPG system, but you could be it could be really complicated. You can already do that. In what game? In what game is there an RPG system for Pokemon?
Oh no, he's saying you can already specialize.
No, I'm talking about like if I have if I have a whole team of ghost Pokemon, right? Maybe I can make them more resistant to, I think, fairies their weakness, right? Because I specialize in training ghost Pokemon, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you can't just get wiped by one Pokemon.
I wouldn't
Because
be
that's what happens
surprised to see them do something like that, because you see them do things like the Gigantamax forms or the Mega Evolutions, which completely like shakes up their like structure for their games. So
right.
it's not outside of like reason for them to do something like that.
I want to get away from, not in competitive, not talking about in the competitive realm, right? But in the single player RP, like single player portion of this, let's get rid of me just throwing whatever gym is weak, like whatever the gym is weak against. I just throw out that one Pokemon and I fucking wipe the floor with it, right? If I have a one fire Pokemon, I can wipe an entire grass gym and not even break a sweat.
You know, the
Like,
other
I
way
want to get rid of that.
counter that would just be like having AI trainers have more balanced teams as well.
But that's not how the gyms work, right? The gyms specialize in a Pokemon. That's just how the series is. They could change it.
They do
could
usually
change the way
have a
it works.
Pokemon that has like a typing that will like counter the general like typing, but
Right.
I would say that the gyms have felt kind of worse and worse in each game that I played.
Right. They have. Like, I hope they take, this isn't a half step. The what is it, Sword and Shield really felt like a half step, right? With the wild area and stuff
they
like
could
that.
have done a lot more.
Right. Well, we say they could have done a lot more. I'm really curious if their hardware limited with the Switch, right? With kind of some of the stuff that they can do, because even the wild area chugs at times,
Right.
not all the time.
I mean, but that's on them, as developers. Breath of the Wild runs fine.
Well, is it on them? Like they get such a short turnaround for most of these games that they make, right? With the mainline Pokemon games, because there's basically one that comes out. It's almost like the Call of Duty. But model,
here's the thing about that is, if they're limited by the hardware, then it's not like they don't just need better hardware. That would be Nintendo needs to give them more time to develop. It's not like an either or.
That's true, but if you go from 2022 to whatever fuck it is, when did the Sword and Shield come out last year? I feel like that's a longer. Was it 2019?
Yeah,
I forgot
at least
that game already.
It was definitely pre-pandemic.
Right. It was pre-pandemic. So I already feel like that's 3 years. I already feel like that's a whole extra year longer than what they normally get to put out these games. You know what I mean? So maybe they are making the effort. But I do feel like the Pokemon is kind of becoming to that formula of like every year there's a fucking new Pokemon game, right? Because it just prints money.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So yeah, but I mean I'm excited. I want to see what they do. But like I said, I want the full step, right?
Right.
The like cater to the fucking adults, right? I will say the starter Pokemon are odd.
Yeah, strange.
right? Because Rowlet's from the Alola region, right? Which was the last 3DS game. Cyndaquil's Gen 2. Everybody's gonna pick Cyndaquil. I'm picking Cyndaquil. I already know.
You fucking better.
And then I forgot what the Oshawott or whatever I think his
Oshawott,
name
yeah.
is. Oshawott. I'm not sure what gen he's from. The Rowlet one is the one that really made me like,
Dude,
what?
this
This is
funny.
feudal Japan, and you somehow got to Hawaii?
So
Like,
when I saw the image of the 3 Pokemon, I literally just saw Cyndaquil. I was like, oh yeah, Sinnoh, duh. Well, what Pokemon are you gonna pick? And then I was talking to Andrea about it, and she was like, I don't know. It's kind of weird how they're all from different gens. And I was like, oh, are they? I literally just saw Cyndaquil, and I quit caring.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Okay.
I actually played with Rowlet in Sun and Moon. So that's why I clicked with him. I didn't play the gen with the Otter
Mhm.
or whatever.
Me neither.
So, but
Maybe
yeah,
that was
Cyndaquil
Diamond and
all the
Pearl.
way.
You know, I'm sad to see that we're gonna have like one of 3 Pokemon to pick, just like we always do, because that's another thing that would be cool for them to innovate on. Just give us a random Pokemon, or like let us choose one.
You know,
That'd be another great step.
I think I've told you about this before, but like in my perfect Pokemon game, I would love it because in the anime and stuff, they show like Professor Oak with this large farm of
Right.
fucking Pokemon, right? I would love it if they just opened up the beginning as a safari zone, basically, where you get to go into his farm and he's like, hey, you can have one Pokemon. Whatever one you catch, that's what you start. That'll be your starter. And you
Bro.
can go on this huge farm and you can go explore it and stuff. There's no time limit. You just kind of go explore it. And maybe there's some like secrets and stuff in there. And you got a higher chance in some areas to get some Pokemon. Maybe that's how you get introduced to fishing to start with, right? He gives you a fishing rod. Hey, you want a water Pokemon? Here you go. You can go fish for it, blah, blah, blah. And you can go and like figure out what you want. You know what I mean? Just kind of do it. Spend time, right? I feel like it'd really personalize your character and personalize everybody's playthrough to start with, right?
I think that would be really good to see. Like, ideally, the great open world Pokemon game would feel like your Skyrim or something where, yeah, there's a story, but you're kind of doing your own thing as you go.
Right.
And that's something that we have not had in a Pokemon game. You're always playing this character and you're doing this thing.
Right.
And this is how people react to you. And this is the story.
Right. So, yeah. The more freedom they can give the player, the better, right? Like, I don't know. There's so many ways they could go. But I would be happy if they just attempted to put it in some kind of RPG system for the trainer on top of like your Pokemon, and it's a true open world game. I'll probably be happy. I'll probably be really happy, right? Because I'll be like, this is the direction that it needs to be going.
Mm-hmm.
If they want to cater to like their older fans, basically, right? Because there's so many fucking games out there. There's so many different ways to get into Pokemon that it's just like, I don't feel like the mainline games have to be dumbed down to like a Let's Go level, right? You know what I mean? So, I don't know. That's just where I'm at.
I feel that.
It's already 11:45. Do we want to move something else?
Hey,
Or Tim, you have thoughts?
the only thought I have is I feel like you're in for a world of disappointment because I feel like what you're gonna get is 3 starter Pokemon. It's gonna be the same general formula, but over the shoulder camera, and with the cool aspect of catching Pokemon out of combat, so you can sneak up on them and throw a Pokeball.
Well,
in their ass.
they're already showing that there is no like the normal combat of old is gone. Is kind of what they displayed in that YouTube video, right? Is that you just start combat and
but it's still turn based and all that. But.
Yeah, it doesn't look that different.
No, yeah. I don't think it's that different. It just starts differently. I think that it's the other thing that is different about it is you can avoid it.
Well, that's in the wild area. You can avoid it in the wild area just the same way.
Right, but I'm saying in this one, I think you'll always be able to avoid it. So you'll see the little shitty Weedle hanging out in the weeds, and you can just walk around it instead of being like, "Fuck, not again!"
Imagine they come out and they just say, "Ah, yes, and this is our wild area for this game."
Oh man, yeah. I think everybody'd be super
Yeah.
disappointed.
That'd be so tragic.
It
I
would
just-
be.
Like,
But
I
yeah,
don't
they
know.
need full blown open world. But I
Yeah.
do think if they were ever going to come out with another Switch, like a Switch refresh, this would be it.
Coming out with that
This would be
title.
the game.
That would be
Yeah, this
huge
would
because
be
I mean,
either that or Breath of the Wild 2. It's going to be one of those two games.
I just
that's
that'd be
just what
so
it
funny.
is.
That'd be so funny.
there's usually so much buildup and so much hype and so many like no, it's happening rumors, not just
Yeah.
speculation of well, there must be one by now. Like if they were gonna release it with a game that's coming out beginning next year, and all I've said is early 2022 with these new
Yeah.
the new Pokemon release. So like
I'm
that
assuming
theoretically could be.
I'm assuming quarter 2 of 2022.
When I hear early 2022, I think Q1, but either way, like I would think by now there would be something from Nintendo about a new console. But then again, Nintendo also typically is a little closer to the vest than Xbox and PlayStation, who want to build up years of hype before just so you can't buy their fucking consoles.
See, here's the fucking thing. Nintendo doesn't need to. They can be like, it's out now, and it'll sell out
Dude,
immediately.
It'll be a Nintendo
Like-
Direct, and at the end they'll say, "And it's available now."
Yeah, like that's just how they do that shit. It's
Oh, can I go off script for a second?
just totally, yeah.
Because I think this is something you guys didn't know about, but it made me think of it. Just speaking of things selling out right away. So Newegg for the RTX 3060 launch rolled out a new system to combat
Mhm.
scalpers and bots.
Isn't it a lottery system?
Yep. Guess who got to sit in that lottery and did not win a ticket?
You?
Yeah. So if you were on Newegg and you were trying to look at graphics cards pre-release, you'd got drawn into essentially a lottery. I forget what they actually call it. The Newegg Shuffle is what it's called. You get drawn into the shuffle, and they'll send you an
Cute.
email and this is at 10 a.m., mind you, when the card's released, or 11 a.m., whatever the fuck it was. They're like, yeah, at 4 p.m. Eastern, we're gonna start sending out emails. But hang on, because it could take up to 2 hours to get your email for whether or not you've been selected to try and buy a card. So my ass, 11 a.m., checked, 3070, couple 30, like a 3060 Ti, a 38. I don't actually want a 3060. I just wanted to like see if they would actually be available. I was like, oh, that's cool. They actually have these in stock. Maybe I'll. So I did check the EVGA 3060 XC Black just because I'm like, all right, if I have to get one, this would be the one that I would put. Probably won't actually buy it, but like, give me a better chance of actually getting a card. Whatever. Check all the boxes. I sat around till 5 o'clock before I got an email saying, unfortunately, you've not been selected. I'm like, this is 8 goddamn hours.
Wow.
I mean, I don't know how you're even mad about that. Like,
I mean, here's
they
how
probably had people going through that like manually. That's the problem. Like,
I don't know. All I know is like it's cool that they're trying to combat bots, but this doesn't seem to be the way that anybody wants to do it. Although the traffic lights thing has been memed to death now, so I don't know. I don't have a better solution, but like it does kind of suck that you could have been the first in line. You could have been the first on the website. You could have had the best. You could have literally been inside the server and like, queued up. And theoretically, the guy who just kind of wandered into the shuffle at 4:55 before they stopped drawing cards could have got a chance to buy a card, and you didn't.
Well,
Like that seems fucked up.
but that's the good thing too, because then the bots don't just beat all the humans.
It is a good thing. It's one of those things where like I said, I don't have a better solution, but it doesn't mean that it doesn't suck for a lot of people. But I don't have a better solution, and it's something, and I hope to God that this helped keep scalpers and bots' hands off of the cards, and I guess time will tell.
look,
Yeah.
they just look the
15% of all PS5 sales has been by scalpers.
Gross.
The real solution is buy it in store. Send more units directly to stores. It sucks in the middle of a pandemic, but if you really fucking want it, you'll figure it out. You know what I mean? Like
The real solution is for fucking manufacturing to actually pick back up and people to calm their fucking tits. But that's not going to happen. Neither of those things are going to happen anytime
No, it's
soon because
not.
we're still in the middle of the
still-
Chinese New Year break.
Well, that too.
Anywhoozy, that's fun little side topic. On to the next.
Speaking of Asia, did y'all watch PlayStation at all?
Oh, the state of play, yeah. I
Yeah.
caught I watched a bunch of the little gameplay videos they put out in the UI video.
So I watched the whole thing. I'm
Same
gonna be
here.
honest. I don't know what the UI video is.
Oh yeah,
I'm
they were
being told
just showcasing like how the actual user experience looks.
For all 10 people that were able to buy a PlayStation.
Yeah.
So I actually took notes because I watched it as soon as I came home because I didn't know if anybody was gonna get a chance.
Cody's stoked for the new FNAF. I think so, Ben.
Oh hell yeah, he is.
Actually, I was very impressed by that because
looks
it's
cool.
it's the thing I really appreciate about FNAF. Having played through FNAF 1 and tried to play through FNAF 2 and I just got mad. But knowing like the story, like because I've watched a lot of like theory videos and stuff on it and whatnot, because the story is super interesting.
Lots of cool theory.
Yes. The FNAF game looks really good. It really does. And I'm curious if it's going to be almost kind of like the medium, not the split screen, right? But where you're playing as two different people, right? Because they keep referencing like another character in the trailer and stuff like that. So I'm curious if you have to play different parts as different people kind of thing to like get out. But yeah, dude, like I saw that and I was like, holy shit, he's come such a long way. Like that franchise. I'm really happy to see how far that franchise has come. Because they're still working on a movie. They got books now. You know what I mean? Like there's a bunch of stuff.
Scott's rolling in it.
Yeah. All for making like just animatronics eat kids at a pizzeria.
It's a great idea.
That's just what it is. That's just what it boils down to. So I don't know. It's I was very impressed with that. I don't know if you guys saw the demo or not the demo, but the trailer for Sifu.
Yes.
Yeah. That is actually the one
That
game
looked
that I
cool
came out of there
shit.
going like, oh cool.
Yeah.
It's by the same dev team that did what the hell's his name? It was like an open world, like there are different fighting styles you can swap between. Absolver, yeah. I like Absolver. And it's the same dev.
That's exciting.
So it's like they stuck that into a more modern setting and we're like, all right, let's go. And it's very cool looking.
I was getting Ghost of Tsushima vibes, right? Just watching the counters and just fucking counter and then like pop, 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 and just fucking like get them and shit. And then like head into a table. I was super I was like
straight up John Wick.
Without knowing
I might need a PS5 for that one. Yeah.
Without knowing how the gameplay works, the combat looks really satisfying and cool.
Yeah,
I don't think it's PS5 exclusive, by the way. I think that's one of those ones that they announced kind of like.
I didn't look into it.
Yeah, I don't think it's exclusive.
Hope not.
I hope not, because I'll get that shit on my Series X in a hot second. Like,
coming to Game Pass.
You know what I thought was cool looking about that too is, did you notice how like after he gets like defeated, he like has the beard? It's like he's getting older.
I was curious what that was hinting at.
Yeah, it looks really interesting.
I noticed that too. He went from totally clean shaven to it's like it's almost like he did what the Outriders did. 30 years later, wakes up beard. You know what I mean? And it's just like, all right, I'm ready to fight some more. It's like, the fuck?
And then at the end, they show him like forever. Super old.
You grew a beard, bro. Like,
listen, kids. If it takes you 30 years to grow a beard, maybe don't.
You know what? Do it anyway.
Okay, you had a beard when you were 12. You can't.
I was very excited to see an update on Kenna Bridge of Spirits.
Yes. Oh, it's so
that
pretty.
Looks really good.
That looks awesome.
Really good.
Pixar-esque.
And then, Pixar. It kind of reminded me of Knack.
Kind of that whimsical style,
right? Yeah, I never played Knack. It was a exclusive to it was the Xbox or PlayStation.
PlayStation, I would say.
Yeah, but it was like a launch game for the PS4.
Yeah.
And I never played it, but just like watching it, that's what popped in my head. I don't know why.
I don't know what the fuck that is. I don't know what you're talking about, kid.
And then fucking Deathloop. Deathloop, look, that is a PS5 exclusive. That shit looks cool as fuck.
That is a timed exclusive, correct?
Yeah. So
very cool concept.
It's a Bethesda published
Right.
PlayStation. It's a basically Xbox published PlayStation exclusive. Have fun with that one, kids.
Yeah. Remember, it was prior to the deal being in place, like that. That agreement.
Yeah, but like you're gonna boot up this game on your PlayStation 5, and you're gonna get the Xbox thing at the beginning.
I will really enjoy seeing that.
That was funny.
Just double check your real fucking which console you're on real quick.
Look, I will say I was disappointed. We didn't see anything from Forbidden West, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like the really big games, no Ragnarok updates. You know what I mean? And they were talking about those games coming out this year.
Right.
I think Forbidden West will. I don't know if Ragnarok will.
I don't think Ragnarok will. Because Corey Balrog's been. It's not like he's ever quiet on Twitter. He's pretty active on Twitter, but like he hasn't. He's the guy who created God of War. He hasn't really said much about it coming this year, but
yeah,
I don't know. I'm just sad that there still is no like every time there's one of these events, would be it Xbox or PlayStation, people go Elden Ring. I'm like,
literally,
don't get my hopes up. Stop it. Nothing ever. So George R.R. Martin of them.
I was just reading.
Come totally out of... Oh, sorry.
I was just reading about George R.R. Martin writing, like, doing some new fucking project, and I was like, oh, so this is why there's no Elden Ring news. He quit another project.
So this is why he still hasn't finished the fucking last Game of Thrones book.
I think there's.
I wouldn't want to finish it either after what happened.
I don't know.
I think there's 2 more Game of Thrones books. But watch it be out of left field. Valve holds an event for Elden Ring.
Oh my god!
Watch, it'll be the one game that actually gets announced at E3 this year.
Yeah, I don't know. So I don't know. I'll be honest though. Like, was I happy to see some of those games? Yes. Did it remind me a lot, like underwhelming, like Xbox's like third-party game, like gameplay thing that they did towards the end of last year, right? When they showed like that game Bright, whatever, and some other stuff. Was it overall
showed
underwhelming?
all the same shit as Valhalla that we'd already seen 4 times.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I felt a little bit underwhelmed overall. Ben is right. They did have the Final Fantasy VII remake. It is free on PS4.
Hold on. I just want to clarify. I don't think they said anything about Chapter 2. They
didn't. They
integrate.
This is supposed to integrate. Is supposed to be like a. I'm pretty sure they. I think this is like a clever play on words because they're integrating your upgrade to the PS5 version with DLC, which is fucking clever, Squeenix. But like, oh, Justin, also I checked. I'm pretty sure that DLC, because you were like, the DLC will be free for PS4 too. It's not. It's only the DLC is
purchasable.
Yeah, it's purchasable for PS5, not PS4.
It's supposed to be free for PS5.
I'm pretty sure they mentioned that it's going to be purchasable for PS4.
If you look at what it says on there, it says that the upgrade to the PS5 version is free, and then the DLC, it says available for purchase after PS5 upgrade or something like that. Like, let me see if I can find the screenshot.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
I'd be very surprised if they just totally gated out their PS4 fan base when there's no.
I would too, because you can't buy a fucking PS5. But I'm pretty sure that's what they're doing because
I doubt that's
fucking smart.
I think people are trying to look into it too much, is what I think is happening.
Yeah, Ben, shoot me that link. But I mean, what they showed.
I saw the same tweet from Young Ye, right, or however the hell you say his name, where he's talking about it being gated, and I don't think. Look, we're obviously not the biggest fans of Sony, but we don't think they're fucking dumb. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I just don't.
That'd be pretty goofy.
What's gonna happen?
But yeah, so that the extra content they announced is very controversial because it's introducing a character that does not appear in any things that you do in the remake at all.
I'm not finding anything that says anything about it being. I'm literally finding now. These aren't the most trust. Like I don't know some of these sources, but like everything is saying not PS4. Like this is from a grain of salt. This is from fucking Screen Rant. So grain of salt on Screen Rant with video games here, but it says will not be coming to PS4 because it's optimized for PS5.
Once again, I think people are looking into it too much. Probably bad wording by Sony. Give it a week because Sony's slow as shit, and they're probably going to come out and be like, "Yes, the DLC is coming out for PS4."
Polygon, note that Intergrade is not for PlayStation 4, so PS4 users will not be able to play the new episode.
Once again, people are probably looking too far into this.
IGN,
guarantee you.
IGN, Square Enix has made it clear that it won't be coming to PS4.
What did they say?
Well, then I guess I'll never play it.
Newsweek.
Do you want to read me the articles? Like, I mean, we can look at it. We'll figure it out.
They're gonna get so much backlash from that.
They are, but I'm telling you, there's like a fuckload. Destructoid, Newsweek, blog.PlayStation. That's a blog.
Because like the phrasing from that one was like Inter whatever isn't going to be available on PS4, but I mean that's what they're calling the entire product for the PS5. So maybe they'll just call the DLC something else.
Maybe, I don't know. The phrasing on that shot, and like I'm gonna assume until they say like flat out otherwise. Oh no. Like until they actually clarify.
They'll clarify.
I don't think
it'll change.
I think you are giving them a lot more credit than I am.
Here's the thing: they're not going to when Xbox is out here giving out all these games on Game Pass, not allow their PS4 players to play a fucking DLC.
That's like, what you
just
think.
Not going to happen. You can already see. All right, this is a topic I didn't put on the script, but you can already see the effects that Game Pass is having on how Sony does things. Days Gone is coming to PC. Horizon Zero Dawn came to PC. Final Fantasy VII Remake is free on PS Plus for PlayStation 4 players. Like this is all stuff to directly combat Game Pass. That's what it is. So they're not gonna just be like, oh yeah, you can't play this DLC unless you have a PS5, even though you can't buy a PS5 anywhere. Like that's not how that's gonna end up happening. There's no way that they're gonna gate it. And if they did, all they're doing is shooting themselves in the foot and showing why Xbox is creating a better product.
Okay, but this is actually from.
I understand that there's.
This is from Sony. This is from Sony. This is an FAQ page that was uploaded after their reveal during the state of play. And this is per IGN. The FAQ says that the Yuffie episode is not optimized or is optimized for PlayStation 5, so it is not available on PlayStation 4.
All right.
That's
if that's what they're gonna do, then they're just dumb, right?
It's like, dumb as fuck. That's why everybody else is like, it's a stupid move, which is why it's hard to believe that they would do that.
It's almost as stupid as including that character in a DLC for this part of the game. At all.
Yeah, I don't.
And making up a whole new plot.
Justin, big titty anime girls, right? Like
Yuffie is the smallest tittied anime girl.
But
it's almost as stupid as taking out picture-in-picture mode because people were complaining about it, and then now people are complaining about not having it for the Series X, so Xbox is trying to find a way to give it back. That's also pretty stupid. They should.
To be fair, I don't feel like the Xbox One had good enough hardware for picture-in-picture mode compared to the Series X.
I never had problems with it, but I also didn't use it all that much. I didn't
use it that much either, but I mean, I don't use it on my. You have the same option on your phone these days. You can have two things going at once. So nobody fucking uses that shit. But I don't know. I just cannot. If next week they haven't changed, all right, I'll believe that it's not going to come out. But the backlash that they're going to get all week from this, there's no way that they're going to hold that stance.
Yeah, I'd be surprised. But yeah, did you guys see that Final Fantasy VII Remake is going to be the free PS Plus game next month?
Yeah, and I'm going to pick it up and play it.
Sick. I'll be excited to see what you think.
Yeah.
That will actually get you like the PS5 version when you eventually do upgrade
No,
for
we're
free.
not.
That's cool.
No, we're not.
What do you mean
If
it
you
won't?
get it through PS Plus, they won't give you the free. They won't give you the upgrade to the PS5. Now, I'm not surprised that they did that, but I did say from the beginning after they talked about the Final Fantasy remake 7 remake being in different chunks, so that I was going to just wait until I could get it all in one thing. Kind of like I want to do with The Last of Us 2. When The Last of Us 2 and The Last of Us come in a bundled package for a decent price, I'll probably pick it up and play them both, right? Because I already missed out on the first one, so I was like, might as well just wait. Final Fantasy 7, you're going to try and sell it to me in $60 chunks. You can get fucked with that shit. Not doing that. So, I was just going to wait. So now they got it for coming free to PS Plus. All right, I'll play it then. You know what I mean? I'll download it and play it.
I hate what you just told me. I do. I really do.
But I'm not as surprised at that as I am to what we were just talking about, gating out an entire DLC to a new console. Right? Like we're not even a whole year in the life cycle of the console.
I know. It's
Like 6 months.
I completely agree with you. I just think it's absurd that like, okay, so basically the thought there is, for me, because the PlayStation 4 version and the PlayStation, there are, I don't know. It's just stupid to me. It's just dumb. It's just so dumb.
I mean, it is dumb. If I had to guess,
like,
what they'll probably do is when the second portion fully releases, right? They'll allow you to take your save data from your PS4 to your PS5, and you just buy a bundle, and you'll get your Yuffie DLC, and you'll get your base Final Fantasy 7, and you'll get Part 2 all together in one little package, and then you can just keep playing. That's probably their idea. But yeah, I can't.
The way they're putting out all these like weird spin-offs along with this, like, did you guys see the other games they're doing? They're doing like, did you see the Final Fantasy 15 Pocket Edition that they made, where it's all like chibified, but it's Final Fantasy 15 just in like a cute chibi format?
I think I did see that actually. That didn't come out yesterday. That came out a couple weeks
quite a
ago,
while.
didn't it?
Yeah, that 15 came out a long time ago. But they just announced that they're doing the same kind of thing for not just the Final Fantasy VII story, but a bunch of the spin-offs as well. So you've got Advent Children is going to be covered in like chibi pocket game format. Dirge of Cerberus is going to be covered. They made all these like weird spin-off movies and games from Final Fantasy VII, and they're remaking them in this little like cute format, which honestly drives me nuts because I just want Chapter 2. Give me Chapter 2 of this game. I don't care about all this extra shit.
Yeah, I find that weird because it's not like Pokemon, right? You do a chibi version of Pokemon, and that fits. In Final Fantasy VII, I'm trying to chop dudes in half and like kill demons and shit. You know what I mean? Like
it kind of works. I'm gonna say that. Like having played a lot of Final Fantasy, it doesn't look that out of place because it's not like that graphically like violent or anything.
Right. I guess it reminds me like just thinking of it. It kind of reminded me of Final Fantasy Tactics. A little bit, you know what I mean? With like, I think of like the chocobos being like tiny, and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's what I'm thinking of. But I haven't played Tactics since I was like 10. I don't know. It's been a long time.
Quick aside, you mentioned Tactics. Did you guys all get a chance to play Project Triangle Strategy?
I have it downloaded, but I haven't played it yet.
Okay.
I think we talked about it
out weekend. It looks good.
I didn't like how many characters it threw at me at once. It was.
I've seen a lot of people with the same kind of idea of like
there's they give you like 9 characters, and like I don't know what the fuck's going on, right? So I'm like, there was a lot of weird design choices with that. First, you have like 30 minutes of talking. They straight up tell you you're not gonna understand the story before the demo starts. So why?
All right.
I wonder if they threw you in the middle of it.
They did.
Like
Tim,
they did.
You got to try it, and then I think we should talk about it more next week because I think we could talk a lot about that.
I'm going to be checking it out this weekend.
Perfect.
We can. But like there's cool aspects, but 9 characters. Like give me 3 until I at least know what the fuck's going on, and then give me everybody else to like monkey with. But 9, God damn, dude.
Ben, you can get through 15. I don't blame you. That game sucked.
he has hundreds of hours in it.
At least 100.
Look, Justin, your favorite game has been optimized. It is Pokemon Snap. It has a photo mode.
It is the photo mode game. Yeah. Oh,
it literally is.
Final
Seven.
Fantasy
We didn't really
VII's getting a
talk about
photo mode.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna play
it is.
through
Yeah,
all
it
that
is.
again for sure.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
pretty.
so with 7 coming to PS Plus, that gave me a thought. So PS Plus is like the games with gold equivalent, right?
Mhm.
So like games with gold gets dunked on a lot for having shitty games on there, and sometimes it does, but sometimes they're really good. And there was a tweet from SkillUp on he's a YouTuber. If you don't check him out, you should check him out. He's a good games reviewer if you haven't seen him yet. But SkillUp put out the ones for March, and it's like Metal Slug 3, good game. Vala, Vicious Attack Llama Apocalypse, Port
What?
Royal 3, which is an Xbox 360 pirate game that doesn't look very good.
Port
And
Royal's
then
fine.
Warface Breakout, which
I've
I'm
heard
not
of that.
convinced.
Oh god.
I'm not convinced that's a real game. But that's March, and March is bad, and they were rightfully getting dunked on in the comment section for that. But like, there's still a couple days left in February, and right now, Dandara Trials of Fear, Gears of War 5, Resident Evil, and Lost Planet 2 are the 4 that are there right now. So that's a very good lineup for February's Games with Gold. So yeah, Games with Gold generally sucks. So if you have Xbox Gold, like get the good ones while you can, and those are 4 very good ones, and I would recommend downloading them.
Just get fucking Game Pass.
That's true, because then you get all this anyway. And it's funny because I got into an argument with this dude because like there was it's very clear that SkillUp was being sarcastic and dunking on Xbox because he said at this point Games with Gold is the best possible advertisement for Xbox Game Pass. And some dude was trying to call him out and said it's weird and he's like, it's weird that people are wording it like that instead of rightfully calling out Microsoft for how poor Games with Gold is. And I was like, I believe he's doing what we call sarcasm here. And like my comment got like fucking like I don't know, like 86 likes or whatever. And I checked, this dude actually tried to dunk on me on his Twitter, like this guy that had commented the thing, because he was like, oh, when little time streamers tweet out 5 monitors on their desk to prove they're a big boy. I'm like, that's not why. What the fuck are you talking about?
Listen,
anywhoozy,
why can't people accept that Game Pass is good? Okay, like
Game Pass
holy
is
shit,
really good.
Game Pass
Yeah,
good. Xbox Live Gold bad. Xbox
and
Live
he
Gold go away. Game Pass
Yeah.
take over.
I love the way you said that.
Yeah,
It's that
so
simple.
true.
They're trying to phase it out. So
that's the
let it
big
go.
brain way to do it. Like, just
Well,
fucking get Game Pass. Like, it's just, and then that's basically what like he was like, oh, duh, it was sarcasm. I was like, yeah. So why aren't you taking it? Like, what the fuck, man?
I don't.
People.
Yeah. Well, and here's the other thing, right? Name like the best PS Plus games before Game Pass really started gaining traction.
It's hard to say, man. I want to say Metal Gear Solid 5, but I know a lot of people probably aren't into that. So,
Like, but I'm just saying, like overall, the quality of games were way lower. And then Game Pass got traction, and all of a sudden they came out with the PS Plus Gold, where you could play Gears of War and all that shit for free as long as you were a fucking PS Plus member. Now they got Final Fantasy VII coming out for free
that's
as long as you're a PS Plus member. Like, right, but they're putting these titles on there now, right? Because Xbox is like, you can have these games day one if you have Game Pass. Doesn't matter what the fuck it is, as long as it's a first party studio game, you can have it. Whatever, fuck it.
Yeah, I wouldn't disagree.
You would disagree?
I wouldn't disagree.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
There's nothing that I've like downloaded from PS Plus that I can think of off the top of my head.
The only thing I can think of that the best game that I've downloaded is Detroit Become Human and
Mm.
Fall Guys. Those are probably the 2 best games
Fall
I've
Guys,
downloaded.
that was big. That came out pretty quickly after it was hyped up, right?
It released on PS Plus the same time it came out on Steam for free, right? So it's just like
that's huge.
Like those are the 2 games I can think of that I got off PS Plus that were like worth it completely. Yeah. And I mean, I haven't played Detroit Become Human, but it's a pretty popular game. That's why I got it.
I got Alien Isolation from Games with Gold, and that was way the fuck back when.
Right. So but you can just see, like, you can almost make a direct correlation of like when Game Pass started to get really popular, and then when PlayStation really started to like change the quality of games that they put on PS Plus.
Yeah, that'd be cool to see like a visual comparison of that timeline, because I bet you're right. It does really just like try to catch up.
I feel like it'd be almost like GameStop stock, where it just all of a sudden it just kind of went like it just with the quality of game. You know what I mean? It's just, I don't know, but I mean, I think Sony is doing enough on their end right now, as long as they don't do the stupid gating nonsense, to continue to combat Xbox. The only thing
really help? Ghost of Tsushima on PC. I'm just saying.
Oh my god.
I'm just saying.
That would be great. I ain't gonna lie.
I just want to play it.
It is a huge problem for PlayStation that they're not putting their games out on PC, whereas Microsoft is like, have it this way or this way. We don't care. Just buy it.
Look, it's easy to make an ecosystem when you own the operating system for all like 90% of PCs.
There's a 0% chance that Microsoft, if Sony was like, hey, we want to put this on PC, Microsoft's not gonna be like, no. Like, they don't give a fuck.
Right, and that's not the only storefront. You know, you got Steam as well.
Sell it on Steam. Sell it on Epic for all I fucking care. I will play it on Epic. I don't give a shit.
I guess that's not the overall point I'm making. I'm just saying it's like when you own both, it's easier to integrate each other, right? You know what I mean?
Sure, yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like WB.
Sony could have both. They have PS Now. It's just fucking shite. It's so bad, dude. Andrea just spent like all this time trying to get it to run on her PC, and it like crapped out during the stream she was doing. She's like, oh, I'll just download it on my PlayStation. She went to transfer her save file over, but because I am the one with PS Now membership, she doesn't have access to anything that can be saved to the cloud, so she couldn't actually transfer her save data over to the console to play it that way.
See, you know what? That's not a problem on Xbox because you all have Xbox Live Gold, right?
It's a good system. Like, fuck. What a nightmare.
Honestly, I still think this is more of a, and you guys might disagree with this, is more of a cultural thing, right? Sony and Nintendo are very, 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 very slow to change, right? And that is just something that, I don't know. I thought you guys might disagree with it, but it's like I listen to that Trash Taste podcast all the time, and those three guys, they all live in Japan now, and they talk about it all the time about how there's some customs and stuff there in Japan where it's just like 30 years out of touch. You know what I mean? It's just like, or even longer, you know, depending on what traditions and stuff it is. Well, Microsoft is much more willing to adapt. Like, perfect example, when they tried a $60, whatever that fucking dumb shit they were trying to do with Xbox Live Gold, and they reversed it in like 12 hours. You're like, oh, y'all don't like it? Never mind. Sorry, we stopped that. We're not going to do it.
It seems like, you know what I mean? Microsoft came into the game with the original Xbox looking at what can we do well that will set us apart, and that was online gaming. And they've just continued to just push that every iteration and just strive, and it's just been amazing.
You said magic words, and I know that we've been going for an hour and 20, so we need to wrap up soon, but you did say the magic words, online gaming. So I do just want to say congratulations to EA for taking 6 years to finally figure out what the fuck everybody's been telling you the whole time, and single player games are not fucking dead. So, you know, thank you for making Dragon Age not a fucking live service piece of shit.
Which was their original
It might
plan.
still be terrible because BioWare hasn't made a good game since Mass Effect 3. Well, no, that's not true. Since Dragon Age Inquisition, Dragon Egg's in the kitchen. That's the last good game they made. So, like, maybe it's going to be a complete piece of shit, but it won't be because it's a stupid-ass live service game. So at least we've got that going.
Respectable.
I can enjoy the misery and how buggy and broken it is by myself.
I mean, that's what you always do.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Rant over.
All the time. Everything
I love single-player games.
Let Tim play it.
It's not a single player game. It's Ark. I'm supposed to play this with other people. Nah, I'm just gonna spend 300 hours on a single player save file. Let's go.
I All right, boys. Yeah, and what Tim is talking about there is that Anthem died, so EA went, okay, live service games aren't exactly our forte. Here, BioWare, just make what you need to make as a single player game.
I'm not happy that Anthem is dead, but if that's what it took for EA to be like, "Oh, we're fucking wrong," then hey,
right.
that's the lamb we
the
sacrificed.
death of Anthem and the success of what? What was the single player game?
Fallen Order.
Oh, Fallen Order. Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah. And that's what changed EA's mind. Look, which I'm all about. Look, because Fallen Order is a good game. I put some time into it.
Absolutely,
it's a decent game. So
how do Sony first party titles exist and EA is like, yeah, single player game?
Honestly, yeah.
I guess it's probably different when like EA's built up their brand on a lot of multiplayer games.
Yeah, no, I get it. You can't put you can't put card packs in The Last of Us. I understand.
Not even the card packs. Like, you're not wrong there, right? These days, but I'm just talking about like EA for a long time, right? Since multiplayer gaming really became a thing, is really like embrace that with their titles. You know what I mean? So that's probably why they kept. And then they saw the live service stuff, so they wanted their own, and they just suck at it. This is what it is. They don't have the studio to do it.
Yeah.
So I'm sure they would love to have it though, if they could have a good live service game.
Name a good live service game.
Would you consider Call of Duty to be a live service game? Because it's the size of a live service game.
Warzone is a live service game at this point.
500 gigs,
by that logic, is Fortnite a live service game?
Yes.
Okay. If that's what we're going with.
So is Apex. They're all live service games.
So BRs are the only good live service games. All right, got it.
Yeah, dude, just like the new Final Fantasy VII BR that's coming to Android and iPhone that was announced the other day.
I saw that.
I'm gonna be honest. If we played a game of, hey, is this comment true or false? I don't know what I would say if you told me that.
Yeah,
that's true.
If randomly said that, and I would probably say it was false, but it's true, isn't it?
For some reason, yeah.
Yeah. Why? I don't know. Because battle royale games are like pretty much dead. Like you might get 1 out of 20 that's actually decent.
Maybe that's a big thing in Japan or something. I don't know.
We need a Valheim for battle royale games.
What?
Like
I don't mean like a small indie game that like it's just like it's a breath of fucking fresh air into it. Not like literally Valheim VR, because that would be kind of dumb.
I know,
I don't want that. Like, wait, why does Fallout 76 need to be? Isn't there already that?
Isn't there a Viking battle royale where like the world? It's called Ragnarok or something, where the world is like crumbling around you as
probably
smaller and smaller. I think it's on Steam.
I wouldn't be surprised.
You had my curiosity,
Tim. This is not the thing you're talking. This is what you were saying that we don't need.
Oh my God.
Viking themed battle royale.
I'm looking at it's overwhelmingly positive reviews. Boys, there's a Valheim for battle royales, and it's called the Ragnarok. Oh no, it's not. It's a no. This is a. This
Don't
is
do
not.
This to yourself.
This is a music game.
This is a Viking VR rhythm.
This is like this is like a legit. Not that. But it is Viking themed, and I, for a split second, was like, what the fuck? It's overwhelmingly positive? Oh, no, it's not that. It actually looks really cool, though. I wish I had VR.
Yeah, Ben, I don't think Battle Royale games are dead, but I feel like who thinks that they can make a new one and have it be good?
I think they've hit their peak, right? I think that's just kind of what it is. They peaked, and now they've peaked until, just like what Tim was just saying, until somebody can kind of innovate it in some way, right?
Yeah,
I'm gonna be honest, I don't know how.
They'll definitely retain their player bases, but I mean, it's not gonna. No one's gonna be impressed by one anytime soon, as far as I can see.
Yeah, I couldn't give you an idea. Not like my Pokemon ideas earlier, right? Because I haven't played I haven't had an enjoyable moment playing a battle royale since we used to play PUBG like 3 years ago.
Good times.
I had some fun with Apex, but I had a little bit of fun with Warzone, but like I don't play them like I did the others.
Fall Guys is technically battle royale. That's true.
Hell yeah,
they did do a good job innovating. I guess you could say that.
Yeah, that's a fun way to look at it.
I guess, but talking about live service games, like is any game that has a season technically a live service game? Like, would
Yeah.
would Rainbow Six Siege be a live service game?
Oh
You
yeah.
think?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
I don't
Anything that
play it, so I don't
introduces like new content over time, right?
When do you think they're gonna make the new Siege?
Next year.
Never. God.
What they're renaming it because
Instead of
because of the pandemic.
yeah.
What are they renaming it to? I forget.
remember
It
what
was
they're
gonna be
changing it
called
to.
Quarantine, and they're like, "Oh, we can't do that. Everybody's sick of that shit."
Yeah.
Outbreak. Yeah, now it's
That sounds
Outbreak.
right.
Yeah, yeah. Then that's supposed to be.
But I think that's just a single player thing. Or well,
no, it's
it's not-
PvE.
right.
Yeah, PvE. That's what I meant.
Yeah, because it's based on the PvE event that they had for Halloween a few years
That
ago.
was
That
super
was
cool.
amazing.
It was super cool.
Loved that.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
cinematic.
I didn't play it, but I watched people play it. I
was a
can't look.
blast.
I've tried playing Siege multiple occasions. I got it on PlayStation. I got it on my computer. I can't get into it.
Absolutely understandable.
It's the same thing as CS:GO. Try to get into CS:GO. It's just the community suck. Speaking of CS:GO, I saw some crazy ass shit watching people. They were doing knife fights, and like it was 2v1, and the one guy stabbed one of the other dudes, right? And they started chasing the other guy, and that dude ran for a little while, jumped, and like I'm not even joking, like parkoured off a barrel, so he jumped backwards over the other dude and then stabbed him in the back. I was like,
Bro,
what? I was like, you've played this game too much. Like,
dude, that's one
when
of those.
you're parkouring in CS:GO,
That's one of those
Ay,
games,
ay.
man. You just play nothing but that. A lot of people own. I mean, that's why it's #1 on Steam charts every day, all day.
because people know. Well, you can make money off of it too. with the
Yeah, it's
skins.
definitely one of the biggest.
Right.
Yeah.
Anyways, all right, boys. Any other closing thoughts?
God, I feel like oh, here's one. There's this studio, I can't think of their name right now. That's gonna kill me. But they're basically making a sequel to Jet Set Radio. And
Oh, yeah.
I can't think of what it's called. It's got a funky name, but it's really cool. It's the people who made Lethal League Blaze. And it's got the composer from Jet Set Radio, Hideki Naganuma. I think that's his name.
Did they show this at the PlayStation one? I
No,
just
on
watched
Twitter.
all this. Yeah, I may have seen
It's on our Twitter because I saw it and I was like, "Is this
It looks
a
really good.
spiritual successor to Jet Set Radio Future? Sign us up."
Absolutely.
Fuck yes, it is. I'm looking at our Twitter right now. It is called oh, okay, or don't give me the title there. Bomb Rush Cyberfunk.
Yes. It looks
And
great.
I wish they hadn't put the cyberpunk thing in there because I feel like there's so many people memeing on the cyberpunk thing now, and it's like, all right, it's dead. Stop.
You know what I like about this though? It is a total spiritual successor because they just like, we're gonna make it all parkour, but it's Jet Set Radio Future,
Yeah.
right? Like they're just like, just get rid of the rollerblades. Everything else is the same. I was just like, all right, cool. Like it just looks really good.
It looks great.
I know. My closing thought is going to be: I don't understand how Magic the Gathering is getting a Warhammer 40k and Lord of the Rings expansion. This makes literally zero fucking sense.
Listen,
I don't get it.
Cody,
I don't get it.
You don't need to get it. I can't wait to fling Gandalf at somebody.
Justin's just like, shh.
I don't
Let it
understand.
happen.
Like, I can't imagine a world where Frodo's gonna fucking fight. You know, like
Space Marine.
yeah, like you gonna put what? You gonna put him up against fucking Grimnar or somebody? Like what the hell? Like,
So, I know you guys aren't that into Magic, so you don't know that there are literal characters from The Walking Dead who are Magic cards, and
do
they
you
are
understand
legal.
how I think that's weird?
See,
Yeah,
I
it's
feel like
super
that
fucking
fits-
weird.
I feel like it fits better though than 40k. I like it because there's like the like, I think, aren't they swamp cards, the death cards, right? Aren't they like
Yeah.
swampy looking and shit? No, I don't remember. I haven't played Magic in a long time.
I thought
just
swamp,
played it.
the like death ones. I thought they were the swamp.
A swamp is a land that
Right.
you usually use in black
Yeah.
decks, which often have
Right.
spells that destroy creatures.
Okay, yeah, we were
Right.
talking about the black decks because they always have like the death marker on them and stuff on
Right.
the card.
The
got the
black
skull.
mana symbol. Yes.
Yes. All right.
It's like, all right, you fucking plebs.
You guys are
stop
gonna have to
talking
play MTGA for like 20 minutes just to study up.
I haven't played
need a
MTGA.
refresher.
I haven't played Magic in like 20 years. I don't.
Let's fight. Let's play.
Uh,
about it. You know,
Wes not first.
So just to talk about this for a moment, I guess, because we're here. What I expect they will do is they will make it so they've already said that these are going to be kind of separate from the normal sets that get released. So I think they will have special legality where they're banned in all like tournament formats and they're just going to be for friendly games. So
What's the fun in that?
that's exactly where the fun is, dude.
Nah, man. Look, I'm gonna throw down my space marine with this bolter and blow the shit out of whatever the hell you got. Right?
Buddy, I can't wait to equip your Space Marine with like the Horns of Power ×2 and give him Death Touch and
Look,
just murder
all
everybody.
I heard was the word power, and that means I'm strong.
Throw a Plague Marine out there.
I'm very curious because I mean, I imagine these sets are going to be limited, so I'm curious as to how many cards they're actually going to print for each of them. But this has been a thing people always make like proxies. Oh shit, is Kody frozen?
Is Kody frozen?
Oh my god, look at his face. Maybe
I
it's
don't
just
even
me.
have his camera.
For me, he's just like laughing. It's really perfect.
I went over to a different scene because I was like scrolling through because I was an article that I had shared that I was going to use as a closing thought. I think Kody
Oh.
died.
Yeah,
I literally
think
just have
so.
like the 3 dots. Like I've just got the
Oh.
gray screen with the 3 loading dots.
That's funny. Oh.
Cody.
Ben says all the videos off on the stream.
Yeah, no. It's because I went to a different scene
Oh,
because
okay.
I went over to chat because before
Gotcha.
I had forgot to go to a different scene, so I was on chat scrolling through and like everything was all fucked up.
Right.
They could just see chat like split to
Part,
3 different
yeah.
windows. Oh, I have a closing thought.
All right, Tim, what is it?
Play more games. That's it. I haven't played enough video games this week. I need to play more. I'm gonna play more this weekend.
Absolutely.
Logan's gonna make me work on my base in Valheim.
Buddy, get some nice wireframes up.
Oh god, it's actually like starting to look. Well, I need to start on the stone, but is he back? Now I'm
Kody?
Kody. I
Yeah.
am the Kody
Things
now.
have changed. Cody, are you there?
What the hell happened? Also, turn your
You guys
camera
hear
on.
me?
Yeah,
Yes, you're on your phone, aren't you?
gotta be.
Hold on.
Okay.
I don't know how this works.
What did you do to your
Here.
computer?
What happened?
No, the power.
Oh, the power went out. Oh, shoot.
Yeah,
Hang on, you don't live in Texas.
I don't. I got 2 power surges, so I'm just gonna shit off for the rest of the night.
Understandable. Do not
Okay.
fry your stuff.
Yeah, because my light's still flickering right now. So
Hey, man. Well,
I've noticed it flickering all night, but something finally happened. I don't know. So
Wokely dokely.
that's it.
you guys have fun playing games.
Bye, Cody.
Bye.
Search protector. Bye.
Surge protector, he said.
Surge protector, indeed.
Okay, so I'm gonna go off that because I don't have like a scene for just 2 cameras.
Oh, bro. Oh, bro.
Well, because if I'm here, we're all here.
That's funny.
I'm
a
the
good
only
point.
one who's ever missing lately. This
Oh,
isn't like the
shit.
old days where it was just you and me, or just me and
good old
Cody,
day- the bad old days.
or all 4 of us at one point.
Yeah. Got pretty wild.
Especially when shirts came off.
Ian. Well,
So yeah, what's the plan now?
what do you want to do, man? You want to play some games or what?
I don't know. Do you?
I'm honestly a little tired, but if you want to play, I'll play.
That's kind of where I'm at. I'm tired. But if you want to play games, I can play games. Otherwise, I'm gonna go fucking just lay down on my couch until I pass out. Sarah works until 2 in the morning. I don't want to go lay down there.
Understandable. Let's just tuck in early today and try to play a bunch of games over the next week.
That sounds good. I'll be on all day tomorrow, pretty much. Like I'll
Okay.
have the kids, but like I'll be just on the Steam link.
We'll catch you then. Ben.
All right, I'm going
try
to
to get
turn off
some
the
games
stream.
in. I would like for all of us to get GTFO going again. I want to figure that
definitely
shit
should.
out.
Let's do it tomorrow night. Let's plan on that. Assuming Cody's internet's back.
Big maybe.
All right, sounds good. Love you, Ben.
Love you,
Bye.
everybody. Bye.